Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Yes, we are in the new room. I may have said a couple of videos ago that I could end up doing some reviews in this room. It was previously an office for the wife because she was working from home doing this, that and the other. It's still going to be an office. I'll be doing any little work bits I need to do and what have you, but I thought I would actually use it to do a few reviews up here. So tinned beers and what have you, bottles, I'll probably do in this room because it's quiet. I can do anything I do want to do on the laptop or whatever I can do up here. But the perfect draft and machine reviews will still be downstairs in the main room. So I can give it a quick scan, shall I? I've recently decorated it. Yes, we've still got some stuff there. So DVDs, it's a bare wall here. And if I just, there we go, some pictures of some of the dark things we've done. And a unit there that I painted over the weekend as well, or the last few days, done that and the room. So yeah, it's all looking nice and tidy now. So you are going to see this room rather a lot now in the reviews, and there will be a few more darts pictures going up and what have you. That is the plan until my missus sees it and then probably goes nuts. Anyway, yes, we're here with a beer review. So what have we got? Well, I've just done an unboxing video released earlier today with some beers and some glasses from Liam from Deep in Brews Reviews. So we're taking a look at one of his beers and I'm going to use one of his glasses. So there's an idea of what brewery's beer is coming up. We've got a Buxton brewery glass and we are going to do a Buxton beer that he picked up from the brewery. And the one we are taking a look at is a can of their Stacked, and it's a West Coast IPA, only coming in at 5.2%. Hopefully it will still be good. West Coast, you sort of want a bit stronger, to be honest. You know, you've got to be looking, I think, at least 6% for a West Coast personally, but hey ho, it is what it is. A new bit of branding by the looks of it for Buxton. Love the artwork on that can, looks very decent. Certainly catches your eye. Not sure how much it cost. Liam, when you see this, you'll probably mention it to me. Looking at the can as well, better light in here as well. Big, fruity and citrusy. This classic West Coast IPA has all the heftiness of the mysterious rock formation found across the landscape of the Peak District. Thankfully, it's a lot easier to raise to your lips as well. Right, 440ml can, 5.2%. Glass is at the ready. Let's get this cracked open and see what we get. And the good thing about this, I'll put gloss on this sideboard, so it should be nice and durable. And if we do have any spillages, it will just come off. And it's better to spill it on this than the oak table downstairs in the dining room. So I'll be doing myself a favour by coming up here and reviewing some of the beer. It's quite a lively one, this. There is still a little bit left in the can, but gotta say, it does look very good indeed. It's got that typical sort of orange marmalade look of a West Coast. Quite a vigorous sort of head on it, but I was very gentle with the pour. Good 2-finger compact. Like I say, a little bit left in there. I'm seeing a bit of carbonation go up the glass. Looks decent. So let's dive in on the nose. This was sent to me from Liam from Deep in Brews Review, so a big thank you to Liam. Before I move on, big thank you, mate, for that. Let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. Okay. There is a bit of West Coast in there. I've got to say, I'm not picking an awful lot up. Maybe because the beer has such a big head on it, but hoppy IPA, maybe a touch of sort of pine, grapefruit resinous in there on the nose, but it's not punching massive with notes. So, stop talking. Buxton Stacked West Coast IPA, 5.22%. Big thank you, Liam. Much appreciated. Let's go in. Cheers. Is the West Coast style there? It's there. It is there. But at the moment it does feel a little bit light on that West Coast feel. But we'll go in again. I'm sure once I get down it a bit more, it will feel a little bit more once the palate's adjusted. Body is light. It is light. It's 5.2%. It's never going to be big and heavy. But there is a bit of weight to it. It has a bit of weight with also being light enough to probably drink a few, to be honest. Quite busy in the mouth. And again, you probably feel that because the body isn't the heaviest, so you do feel them bubbles. It does sort of release the flavour in your mouth, if you like. Not the smoothest of beers or the softest, but again, with a lighter body, I feel you're always going to find that. I'll get the rest out of the can and we'll start giving you some notes. It does feel like a West Coast, let's put it that way. Like I say, to start off with, until your palate adjusts, you get it, but it is starting to linger and pick up now. You do get that grapefruit resinous bitterness. The flavours become more the more you drink it. The bitterness does linger, and I can feel it right at the back of the old taste buds. More grapefruit than sort of pine in there. It's more like a, you know, you expect grapefruit, you expect pine, you expect it to be resinous from a West Coast. But for me, it is lacking a bit in that sort of pine department for flavour. Pardon me again. Hoppy, bitter. The bitterness makes it feel like 5.2%. It sort of drinks like a sort of 5.2% beer in body. The flavours are there, but it does feel, it is missing that pine for me, and it does feel a little bit one-dimensional, shall we say. But it's nice enough. It goes down well. I think some beers, when you start, certain styles need to be, I think certain styles need to have that ABV. A certain style needs a bigger ABV to really get the best out of the style. I think when you start getting sort of like low 5%, it doesn't really suit a West Coast. It's not a bad beer, but you just know it's lacking. It's just missing something. But if you're only just getting into West Coast IPAs, this is probably a good sort of starter beer to get you into it. Although, like I say, it does lack that pininess for me. And if you are getting into West Coast, I think you need that there as well. It sort of, for me, the pine takes the edge off the grapefruit, whereas this doesn't have that sort of pininess for me. So the grapefruit is quite dominant in the drink because there's not a lot going on really, if I'm honest. It's just grapefruit and resinous. So I think when the pine's in there, it just sort of takes the edge off it. But I'm going to stop waffling. Buxton stacked for, I'm going to call it a session West Coast IPA. Yeah, it's not bad, but I think it's a beginner's West Coast IPA. I think when you had quite a few sort of West Coast in your time, you want something bigger, you want something bolder, you want something with that bigger ABV, because that's when you get the best out of that style of beer. So there you go, there's my thoughts on that beer. A big thank you to Liam once again from Deep in Brews Reviews. Go and check out his channel. I'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment, shoot me down in flames if you think I'm totally wrong, but they're just my views. And like I say, we're all different, so it's up to you what you like. But thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed looking at the new scenery in the new room, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.